For that live report. Now to an update on a story Western Mass News has been following closely. Wilbraham police officer Cameron Prosperi, shot in the line of duty last month, is now out of the hospital.
Western Mass News reporter Reagan Lokri joins us live in studio with the latest on his special return home and where the case against the man accused of shooting him stands. Reagan?
Yeah, Abby and Chris, while Officer Prosperi was finally given the green light to return home yesterday afternoon, his alleged shooter still remains in the hospital waiting to be arraigned.
A strong show of support for 29-year-old Wilbraham police officer Cameron Prosperi on Tuesday afternoon as he left the hospital for the first time since being shot on January 20th. The Chicopee Police Department posting photos on social media showing their officers and others from surrounding communities on hand as the injured officer made his way home, with Wilbraham police posting video of the special police escort. Officer Prosperi suffered serious gunshot injuries while responding to a call for a man threatening others inside a house on Old Carriage Drive on January 20th. Meanwhile, the shooting suspect, 53-year-old Michael Ortega, has still not been arraigned as he remains in the hospital. Western Mass News reached out to the Hampden County Sheriff's Office for updates, and we were told by Communications Director Robert Rizzuto, Ortega of Wilbraham remains hospitalized, but is currently listed in stable condition. When an individual is hospitalized and continues to need hospital-level medical care, arraignments are typically conducted bedside in the medical facility. Mr. Ortega's arraignment is presently scheduled for Friday, February 16th with Palmer District Court. And although Ortega is reportedly in stable condition, his arraignment date has been pushed back several times already. Rizzuto explains in a statement, quote, "From what I understand, Mr. Ortega's medical condition is complicated. So while he is listed as stable at the moment, medical issues and extenuating circumstances often force an arraignment date being canceled and rescheduled."
Ortega is being charged with assault with intent to murder and assault with a dangerous weapon. Western Mass News will be sure to bring you the latest on the case as we get more information. Reporting live in studio, Reagan Lokri for Western Mass News.
Reagan, thanks for that live report.